So some smart stuff from PricewaterhouseCoopers, which has a good report on this. New distribution channels we're looking at, new ways of interacting, new sources of content, new ways of finding content. This is all happening right now. And if you run a record label, all these things are like your daily mission is to figure out how these things work, right? What it's all about is finding and being found, right? This is completely trivial, like it has always been in music. Finding and being found. Is what generates the dollars is the brand, it's not the copy of a song, right? You're looking to make money off a copy, isn't going to happen. You make money with the artist, the brand, the whole thing, like Terry McBride said yesterday. I totally agree on this, of course. It's the brand, it's not the copy. And what we're switching to in the music industry and in media is from the network to a networked, right? This is important. Network with the users, the other people, the content providers, the artists. So the system is moving from a central system to where it was in the past, to the record companies having places in the network. Basically being nodes in the network than rather being the network, right? And this makes a very big difference. The New York Times, the most conservative journal in the world, is now starting to show people the most email, the most blog, the most search items. The user becomes the content, right? MySpace, you can say the music is the content, that's true, but the user is actually the content, right? The users become the content. You want to sell music, you have to make the user a part of it in the future. So I click, therefore I create value. That's what we're looking at right now. Every time you go on the web, you make a click, you create value. I program my media, it does not program me. This is where we're going. This is where all of our kids are going. They don't even know what scheduled television looks like. They don't even know what scheduled radio looks like. It's all up to them to program it. So the issue of ubiquity, get my prop. Music like water. Everybody uses water, everybody pays. Sounds very trivial, right? I wish that was the case for music. Right now, everybody uses, very few people pay. The stupid people pay, by and large. And I count myself in on this, right? So, tap water is ubiquitous and feels like free. I can go to the bathroom here and drink the entire tap water of the hotel, right? Or flush as many times as I want. I don't have to put my credit card in to flush the toilet, right? And why is that? Because somebody else is paying for it, right? I am paying at home. It generates $100 billion a year, this stuff, right? $100 billion. Why don't I drink the tap water? In 90% of the countries around the world, I can drink the tap water. Why don't I? This is the growth in the US, right? Look at these numbers. If we could grow like this in the music business, man, it would be fantastic. We're not going to get it if we're asking people to put in the credit card to flush the toilet. That's what we're doing right now. And we're not going to get it if we're asking people to fill up the bathtub with Pellegrino. Some people will do that, most people don't. That is what we're asking for. We're asking for people to fill up an 80 gig iPod with Pellegrino, right? With paid songs per unit, right? Who is stupid enough to do this? Huh? So, let's think of it like this. Here's the tap water, ubiquitous, and it feels like free, even though all of us are paying for water. I'll explain that to you in a minute. In music, essentially, this goes towards a flat rate. Right? That is the solution, which I'll talk about in a second. But we have this, I have tap water, I have large numbers of bottled water, I have Poland Spring, which is a bit more expensive, I have Pellegrino, which is more expensive, and then I got this stuff, which is called Pling H2O. It's going from $0 to $45 a bottle. Now, let's think about this for a minute. We could do the exact same thing in music. We get everybody to pay for the tap water. In some way, somewhere like electricity, like everything else that people need on a day-to-day basis, we can still sell the $45 bottle, the premium products, the high-definition stuff, the concert recordings, the latest releases, the remixes, the videos, the books, you name it. All these things we can still sell. If you're worried about tap water destroying the market for bottled water, that's not the case. How is music like water? Music is a basic need. It's not a luxury. Music is not the PSP, right? It's not something like DVDs that are optional to buy, because obviously you also have television, you have many other things. Everybody likes music. Right? Everybody listens to music. Everybody uses, everybody pays in a feel-like free way. What would happen, for example, if I buy a subscription to Vodafone or to Verizon or Sprint, and they would say, well, in our deal, the music on the network is included. How many more people would they get to sign up for this service? And why are they not doing it? Not because they don't want to, because we're not doing it. Because we want by the unit, like it was with Elvis. We would like to continue making money the easy way. So a right of access is what we need for all, right? How can we punish people, right? Next year, everybody in Toronto will be running around with those devices, swapping songs, right? And that is what the iPhone is going to do. Right? The iPhone will allow people to swap through the wireless network anything on there. That's what Steve Jobs wants to do. Doesn't give a shit about selling music, he does not, and he shouldn't. He sells stuff, hardware. Right? We cannot prevent that, we can measure it, and we can get a piece of it. Premium water costs extra. Normal use feels like free, but if you're filling up your swimming pool every single day, you'll pay more for the water. If you use your water in a regular way, you probably wouldn't notice much of a difference on the monthly bill. It's sort of a given that you're going to pay for it. But if you water your lawn all day long, all year round, you're going to pay more, and you would always expect that too. So ubiquity increases value. The argument is a lot of times, well, if we do this, then music becomes a commodity. This is academic. It's completely academic. The value of music doesn't decrease if it's available. I mean, think about that for a second.